was back in Liyue, which is one of the OG regions, and it just feels really nostalgic. Going back to Mondstadt and Liyue always gives me goosebumps and makes me feel nostalgic. I wish I could rediscover those regions, not starting a new Genshin account, but rather erasing Genshin from my memory and rediscovering Mondstadt, Liyue, and Inazuma, even Fontaine. I really wish I could do that. But anyway, when I recorded this video, I first filmed the quests as well, but it was really long. It was a lot of dialogues. I haven't yet finished the quests, but I have met with all our old friends: Chi-Chi, Yao Yao, Zhongyan, Xiangling, Hu Tao, Zhongli, and it just felt so nostalgic reuniting with all of them. And I really loved seeing Yao Yao because I feel like she's never really put in front. She doesn't have a lot of screen time, and she's one of the cutest characters. I just wish she was maybe more useful as a character in meta, but I think she's really cute nonetheless, and we'll talk about her a little bit more later on. But yeah, so I decided for this video to record only the mini games, which, in my opinion, I thought were the best designed ones in any Lantern Rite so far. These were my favorite ones. I haven't finished every level yet. I think I still have 2 levels left of each one, but I really loved these mini games. I loved this one, and I think the last one that we'll see, the one where you could upgrade your powers, kinda. I really like that one. But this one was one of my favorites, like the one on screen, collecting little jade stuff, jade currency. I thought it was really cool. I really loved it, and I loved that they gave you different characters for different levels because they have different powers. I really loved that. I don't think putting Mualani here was necessary. I would have wanted to see another Liyue character, but it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. But I was happy to see a lot of elements from Chenyu Vale as well. I really loved that. Chenyu Vale is definitely one of my favorite parts of Liyue, and I always love to see it. So yeah, talking about Chenyu Vale, I will make a video very soon. Well, I actually only have to voice it over because it's already been recorded and edited, but I have to voice it over. It's in a video of me exploring Chenyu Vale. It's an incredible region, honestly. So yeah, I'm sorry about the fabric rustling. I am, I don't know, scratching my sweater, I guess. But yeah, anyway, so this Lantern Rite, I thought it was really cool because they are introducing us to a new character, which is the character that's currently running, that's currently up in the banners. We'll talk about this on another video, like my impressions of the characters, and if I will pull for them or not, I'll talk about it in another video that's already been recorded as well. I just need to find time. I recorded, the last thing I recorded was my I learned French with Genshin Impact video, and I posted it a couple of days after I recorded and edited it, and ever since then I was able to sit down and record. Work has been frying me, or drying me, whichever you wanna use, but it's been doing both to me and to my brain, and I have barely even been sitting down at my desk to game. What I do is I have been watching and rewatching Bridgerton because the season 4 came out recently, and part 1 actually came out recently. I don't know if you guys watch Bridgerton, but if you do, let me know because we need to discuss. But anyway, it's one of my favorite TV shows. I'm also reading the book in parallel. So yeah, so I've been doing that. I've also been watching Singles Inferno. That show is, we're gonna discuss another time, but that show is something else. So anyways, while doing that, I've also been playing Stardew Valley because it's the only thing that's been soothing my brain after work, I swear. So anyway, I haven't been able to sit down and record as much as I want to, especially since I have a lot of footage just sitting there edited already that just need to be voiced over. But anyway, so let's go back to talking about Lantern Rite. So I thought the quest was intriguing. I have only gotten as far as starting to look for Zabai's, how can I call them? Fragments, I guess, because I think there are 3 or 4. And I thought it was really intriguing. I like that they're introducing this new character during Lantern Rite. I love it when they do that. I think it's really cool. And Lantern Rite always means a lot of primo gems. And I just love it. And it also means summoning, well, not summoning, but rather inviting, because you get them for free, so inviting new characters. And also skins, new skins for characters. And I loved that this time it was Yao Yao. We're gonna look at her skin a little bit more towards the end of the video, but I thought it was really cute and it made me want to use Yao Yao. I saw that she could be usable in a Nilou team, but I don't know if I've given up any hope of ever sorry for the throat sounds, but I don't know if I've given up any hope of ever using Nilou again. But maybe I could see what I can do with Yao Yao on that team. The only issue I have with Nilou is I now have good characters to pair her up with, but the HP is a huge issue. I'm not able to give her as much HP as I wish. I think the max I'd gotten to was 60k, and that is not nearly enough for her, in my opinion. So, yeah. But anyways, going back to talking about Zabai, I thought it was really cool that she was introduced in a quest that way, but that she's not only related to Liyue but also to Not Cry, because she kind of have a link to the moon / Columbina. So I thought it was really cool, and honestly, if I had had the strength to log in and play after work these past few days, I would have done it, because I thought the quest was really intriguing. And granted, the animations are growing more and more disappointing in Genshin, but the quest was really intriguing. And I loved meeting Zabai, or her form that is kind of stuck on the moon. I loved meeting her. I loved the voice actor, and I was surprised to learn that the voice actor for Zabai is actually the voice actor for Mini Durin. I was like, what? Really? It was really surprising, because when you compare the two voices, they're not at all the same. It's like the range is insane. But anyways, so yeah, I was really invested in the quest, but I think the things that I had the most fun with are definitely the mini games. The fighting one that you can see on screen was really fun. And I always love it when they give you trial characters, because sometimes they're characters that you already have really sad because I was like, oh, if this lantern ride is this much fun, then the last one was probably a lot of fun as well, and I was a little sad that I didn't get to participate in it. But I'm not gonna say it's my own fault, but I was just taking a break, and I don't think if I had played during that time I would have had fun necessarily. But still, you know, I think it's just a fear of having missed out on something. So yeah, but at least this year's lantern ride is so much fun. So much fun. So much fun. So much fun. I think before this one, the last lantern ride I had participated in was when Coming came out. And by the way, why is no one talking about Coming anymore? I feel like there were memes about him and a little bit of hype when he came out, and then nobody talks about him anymore. Nobody even uses him anymore, I think. But yeah. Anyway. I have a lot. I think I already said this, but it's okay. I have a lot of stuff recorded and some stuff scripted already because, well, not necessarily scripted. I wouldn't call it a script because a script is something you read directly from, and the things I have is just like ideas of what I want to talk about. For example, on my Genshin exploration video, I would love to talk about anime, what is currently airing, or what's about to come out that I'm excited about, or maybe what I've watched in 2025 or what I've watched in January 2026. There was my Spiral Abyss as well video, where I wanted obviously to talk about the Spiral Abyss because I have a lot of things to say about the current one. But I also wanted to talk about, during that video I also wanted to ramble about stuff like Singles, Inferno, and Bridgerton. That's why I was saying I'm not gonna say too much now because I'm keeping things for my videos. I feel like when I do prepare a little bit on what I am going to ramble about, it makes it a lot easier because sometimes I tend to ramble, and then I wouldn't say I grow tired, but I run out of things to say, and I'm just like, what do I say now? And I know the point of my videos is just to relax you, so I could literally just give you facts about dinosaurs or bore you with, I don't know, whatever, and it would be okay because the point of the video is to relax you, and like no matter what I'm talking about, but still I think it still needs to be a little bit entertaining, I guess. But yeah. Oh, by the way, okay, this is something I had planned on talking about, but I did not write down, and I was gonna completely forget. Okay, English, Ilivy. But I have posted a community post recently. I was brainstorming ideas for my videos, and I noticed that the last time we did a Q&A video, questions and answers, was in November 2024. I did two in 2024. I think I did one summer 2024 and one in November 2024, and I was like, you know, a lot of time has passed since then, and I think in November 2024 I was like at maybe 2,000 subscribers, maybe less, and right now we are at 4,700 subscribers, which is a lot more. So there are a lot of you guys who are new here, who weren't here around the time we did those two videos. So it's time to do an updated Q&A. So if there's anything you want to ask me, whether it's Genshin related or Withering Waves related or Marvel Rivals related or Arknight's Enfield related, go for it. You can either leave your questions in the comment section below on this video, or you can just go to the community post tab and leave your questions over there. We've already gotten a bunch, and I'll do my best to answer everything. Obviously, if you want to ask stuff about myself, you can definitely do that. I don't mind. I know that I've already gotten some questions about why I speak French, I think, and what other languages I speak and stuff like that. So I'm totally okay with the personal questions. However, obviously, if they go too deep or too personal, I will filter the questions. Yeah, feel free to ask whatever comes to mind. And if I don't answer something, it's only because it's something needs to remain private. But yeah, so far I've gotten a lot of Genshin related questions. I think I've gotten a bunch related to Withering Waves, but feel free to drop anything. Marvel Rivals, I don't know, nothing comes to mind right now, but feel free to do that. I would love to do an updated Q&A video. I don't have the footage for it yet, and I don't have an idea of what to record for it yet, but maybe it's going to be an exploration video. I actually have a lot of things left to do in Fontaine and in Natlan, so, and even in Nutcry at this point. So maybe it could be a video just exploring and running around while I answer questions. So, also, going back to London, right? I spoke earlier of the fact that you were able to invite one character. Sorry, my phone is vibrating and it's distracting. Anyway, so yeah, they gave us, they give us 4 stars that we can summon so we can get constellations, and from all the 4 stars that were listed, I already had everybody C6 aside from Lanyan, Yao Yao, and Xinyan. Now, obviously, and also sadly, I guess, Xinyan is just completely irrelevant to the game. We never see her in quests. Like, literally, she never appears in quests. And she's, like, meta-wise, she's just not usable, I guess. And in terms of designs, because it's usually what I focus on, frankly, I don't like her outfit and her hair. I think it could have been worked on a lot better. strong with this or that team. And I think, I don't know which constellation from her it is. I can tell you it's not the second one though. But, because I know her for C2 thanks to the Lantern Rite, but a lot of people were saying how she can also give you a boost in terms of elemental mastery, I think. So I was like, you know what, let me go with Lanyan, and if I get to use her at one point, I'll use her. So yeah, so I chose Lanyan. I think there was also Ningguang, who I didn't have. I think I have her C4 or C5, but I don't know, I tried to use Ningguang a couple of times. Sadly, I don't like her abilities that much. Actually, it's not her ability, like I love her design, whether we're talking about her basic design or her skin, but I don't like her shield. Like that wall that you have to go through to boost attack. I'm not a fan of it, you know. So yeah, I went with Lanyan. But anyway, this mini game that you see on screen right now is what I was telling you about. It is the mini game that I like the most, I think, because you could level stuff up, and then it was like pretty simple, and the illustrations or animations are pretty great, and you had to collect little diamond thingies as currency to level up your abilities, and I thought it was really cool. And then you had to kill the big toad, but you also had to survive because there were other enemies surrounding you, so I thought it was really cool. I thought it was really cool, really cool, really cool. I feel like there's always a lot of effort that Hoyo puts into Genshin during Lantern Rite, because it's kind of like Leo is kind of like their favorite child, I think, because it's like Leo is China themed, I guess. I can say it that way. So yeah, I think there's always a lot of effort that they put into it, which is cool, honestly, because as I said, Leo is one of the OG regions, and I think a lot of us have a special attachment to it. So yeah. Yep. I've been trying to learn how to make more mouth sounds just for funsies, but also because my second channel, by the way, if you have not checked it out yet, please do so. And if you are not aware, let me tell you, I have a second ASMR channel where I make VR chat ASMR video. Nothing suggestive, nothing provocative, nothing. I'm thinking about words in English, but they don't come to mind. But nothing, nothing 18 plus, because I feel like every time I say VR chat to somebody or VR chat ASMR, they automatically think about like not safe for work stuff. But no, that's not at all what I do. It's really silly videos, silly roleplay videos. The channel is actually about this persona. Her name is Serena. She has an avatar, like a VTuber avatar. And she's just mean and rude, but also French sometimes when I want her to be. And it's just silly role plays where she talks about certain triggers because, you know, talking about books, like I have these role plays about being a librarian or recommending books and so on, and it relies heavily on sounds and doing sounds with like props and stuff. I also have my latest video uploaded on that channel is like a skincare video, and I had to learn how to make like certain sounds. You know, like my main channel, so this channel relies heavily on just me whispering and gaming. However, the other one relies on actually using props and so on. So I had to learn how to make sounds with my mic, like using skincare products to make it sound like I was actually using them on the viewer and so on. So because of that, I'm trying to learn how to do like more triggers, whether it's mouth sounds or just learning how to use certain props like books, do some tapping on them, and you know, yeah, things like that. I've also been trying to add more sound effects like walking and like people in the background, because I have some role plays that take place at a cafe in the library and so on. And you know, putting music in the background as well, you have to choose the music, and yeah, so it's a lot of things I've been trying to learn specifically for that channel, but I think this channel could also benefit from them. Just specifically the mouth sounds could be something really cool. I watched a bunch of videos recently, gaming videos, where it's basically just a person playing, speaking a little bit, and making mouth sounds, and it was so relaxing. I usually put those videos on when I have a headache, and they actually help a lot. So yeah, but anyways, that was just like my self-advertising moment, I guess, talking about my new channel, which I feel like I have announced in the community post tab, but I've not spoken about it much in any videos. But yeah, if you want to check it out, I will put a link to it in the description below. The persona that I use, her name is Serena, rather, that I've created. Her name is Serena, and I use an avatar that I paid for on VRChat. so yeah, but I have to say, I don't understand VRChat because I log in to create my videos. I usually choose words where there's nobody so that I don't like get disturbed or anything. But aside from that, I don't know how to use VRChat, so if anybody wants to enlighten me, please do so. Please do so. Anyways, you guys, we are slowly, very, very slowly reaching the end of our video. Today, I'm just waiting for us to get a glimpse at Yao Yao's skin, because I know I show it at one point, or I hope I do. But do you know what? It's okay. We're gonna be a few steps ahead, and we're gonna talk about it. Hold on, I think this is when I get it right. Here, I'm gonna grab Lanyan, and then I'll take a look at Yao Yao's skin. Or have I already done it and I have not noticed? It is very possible that I've already done it. So anyway, let's talk about Yao Yao's skin. I thought it was so cute. Her basic skin is already one of the cutest, but this one was kind of Genuine themed, and I was there for it. Like, it was just so cute. She looked like a little adventurer, and I thought she was really, really cute. And as I said at the beginning of the video, this skin made me research builds and teams for her. A lot of sites said that the Nilu team with Yao Yao was Buns, and I also think it would be Buns, but I was thinking of maybe doing Nilu Baizhu, Shinju and Yao Yao, but Yao Yao would need a lot of work because she's level